Hello, I'm Larimar. Today I wanted to make a video about your life purpose by astrological perspective. So this is based off of your chart ruler, the ruler of your first house. And I decided to make this series because I personally found it very useful to get to know who I am and get the clues from my birth chart. It helped me deepen my self-awareness and helped me realize the aspects of myself that I was not consciously aware of. So basically it allowed me to see myself from objective perspective. So I think it's very cool. So for those of you who are not familiar with what is birth chart is basically a snapshot of the energetic dynamics at the time of your birth from your birth location. And it's interesting that this energy starts playing out throughout your entire life. So once you know how to decipher your charts, you can have a lot of clues about your life and how to ace your life. So I hope this is helpful for you, and let me know if you resonate with it. And know that not every single details are predetermined from the moment of your birth, because we all have our free wills. However, there are certain things that were predetermined that we agreed upon to play this life. For example, there are certain things that we cannot really change, like the location of birth and parent, sibling, childhood experience, especially when we are physically vulnerable and don't have a lot of power to change the external circumstances. So those things are predetermined, and are accurately reflected on your chart. And most of the time, your childhood has a lot to do with your previous lifetime, and mostly the things that were not resolved in that time. So it was carried over to this current lifetime. Yeah, so without further ado, I would like to dive in. Hi, I'm Larimar. In this video, I want to continue the Life Purpose series. This is a video for those of you who have the ruler of the first house is in the ninth house. So your life purpose has to do with learning, teaching, and traveling, and your higher mind, higher perspective. These are the things ruled by the ninth house in Sagittarius, which is the ninth zodiac sign. In this lifetime, you are one of your biggest life purpose is to see the bigger picture from a myriads of information out there. The opposite sign of the ninth sign or ninth house is third house in Gemini. And Gemini rules all this little factual information, very practical and logical. And your mission is to make sense of everything by coming up with unifying principles. So it's almost like being able to see the big picture, see the forest, not a tree. So you would be very strongly identified with a belief of any sort. And ninth house in Sagittarius generally means philosophy, theology, and anything that can bind all this information into one cohesive principle. So in science, it's more about theoretical science rather than experimental ones. So basically your mission is to see the patterns in the life in the field of your choice. So let's say if you're in the business and you can share your wisdom and your knowledge and experience with others who need to hear from you. You can be a counselor, you can be a teacher, you can be a motivational speaker. Ninth house also rules optimism and hope and all these bright sides of life. So building these qualities are very important, especially for those of you whose ruling planet of the first house. If the planet is strong naturally, you will find it easy to be aligned with yourself and find positivity in every situation. But if not, you can you can work around it. There's always a way to do it, and cultivating optimistic mindsets are very important for you. So, for this reason, deepening your understanding, expanding your awareness, consciousness in any way that you prefer will benefit your overall life, every aspect of your life. You don't have to have a religion, but allowing yourself to be exposed to different sets of beliefs and ideologies will help you come up with your own personal unique belief, because you would have an attitude like, I am I am a belief, I represent this belief, I dedicate my life to a certain belief or a statement. So that can be very important. So you can be also a good teacher, and you would have a prophetic skills, which is really cool, being able to see the future. Ninth house rules future, and this does not necessarily mean that you have psychic abilities, although you can have, but this is because you can see the patterns, underlying patterns, principles out of seemingly chaotic information. You can see, you're able to connect the dots all together. You can make sense of complicated information. That's very needed in society. So if you are in economy or market economy, finance, you could be a financial counselor. You'll be able to see what's gonna be on trend in the future, in the next 5 to 10 years. So this can be your specialty. It's not specifically related to stock market, because depending on which planet and which zodiac signs you have in the ninth house, things are gonna play differently for each individual. But this is the bottom line. Also, ninth house rules travel, so traveling in general. You can be a word traveler, professionally or personally. Nevertheless, travel is going to help you expand your mind, and just being in a different scenery and foreign, exotic environments can help you expand your mind. So that can be important. The more you travel, a long distance travel, you'll be able to learn a lot and gain new perspective and expand your awareness, and this can probably help you develop your own unique theory or principle, life principle, that is worth sharing with others. And also, you could end up living in a foreign country, because ninth house, Sagittarius, rules foreign countries. It's eighth house from the second house, which is family. So part of your life mission is to break out of your family lineage, doing something different from what your parents or grandparents used to do. So if you've ever been debating or thinking that I want to do something different from my parents, but feeling a guilty or negative emotions about that, I hope you don't feel that way, because it's part of your life path. And I think you're on the right track. This is what you're supposed to be. So just follow your highest excitement. Especially ninth house rules optimism and positivity. So following your joy will benefit you, definitely. I mean, who wouldn't get the benefit from following the joy? But especially for you, especially if your chart ruler is in the ninth house, cultivating this optimistic perspective and positive mindsets are going to help you. And having a relationship with the higher dimension, whether you call it God, universe, or higher dimension, energy, source, vortex energy, whatever that is, it's going to help you expand your mind and see different perspective of the world, and you'll feel joy, and that will feed your soul. Yeah, so working on your belief, you don't have to hold on to outdated beliefs. Like, it's okay to change how you think and, you know, upgrade your beliefs like as life goes on. We face different situations and different information. It's natural to adapt to the new environments and keep upgrading ourselves, keep upgrading yourself. So yeah, so I hope this information helps you in any way, shape, or form. And if you resonate with it, or if you'd like to share your thoughts, please leave a comment below. I would love to see. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Oh, by the way, you can be a great teacher of any sort in the field of your choice. So, yes, like traditionally, this is like a guru type teacher, like spiritual teacher. I mean, spirituality is going to help you a lot too, but it doesn't necessarily play out in that way. You can be a business counselor. You can help people where to make investment because you know like how things are moving and you can see the trends and the mass movement. So that's definitely your gift, and I hope you find it useful. Thank you.